Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the digital asset investor, and crypto dodged a bullet too. Donald Trump dodged a bullet, and at the same time crypto dodged a bullet. I wanted to remind everybody as we get started here today of what was going on last week and the week before. Remember, Donald Trump had come out and he had announced that he was pro crypto. And I'm not saying that's what the reason for the attempted assassination is. I'm just saying, I just want to remind everybody that what you had was you had Trump come out over the last month and announce himself as pro crypto, that he's going to the Bitcoin conference and all this stuff. At the same time, you had these meetings that they had. Brad Garlinghouse went to the meetings, and then now what I'm asking is, because Brad Garlinghouse was asked, kind of making this point at the time, okay, what are the actions that have come out of, and what are the action items, okay, since they wanted to have this show where everybody meets at the next to the White House and has a crypto meeting, but what are the action points? Because everything I've heard is that Operation Choke Point 2.0 is still underway. So that's my question this morning. Can anyone update us on what the positive crypto action items are now in motion as a result of this meeting? Not talk. What are they doing? What are they doing that's pro-crypto? Because this was Trump just days before the assassination attempt. This is Perry-Ann Boring talking about Trump's stance.
It's interesting to see the Republicans come out so strongly, because it used to be that Trump had some suspicion of crypto, and now he's, launched his own NFTs. What do you make of the Republican Party's embrace, and what's behind it? And where is it your sense that the Democrats in the current White House stand?
Hey, Kantata, it's great to be with you. And yeah, as you noted, Donald Trump has come a very long way in his crypto policy. When he was president, he said he was not a fan of Bitcoin. He was not a fan of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, and he's now matured into adopting a pro-crypto position for the entire GOP platform. This is a large result of education. It takes time to really understand the critical importance of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Ultimately, blockchains are what we will use to facilitate transactions in the future digital economy. And it's in our interest, it's in the United States economic interest that we are the country that leads in the development of building this financial infrastructure. And it's also becoming the will of the people that whoever is in the White House adopts a pro-crypto policy. So we've come a long way, and this is very much legitimizing the technology.
All right, and then she later came out and said that it was all a show, that White House meeting. I didn't see that. I couldn't find that clip this morning, but last week I think we covered it. Now, look at this. Look at this tweet. Lincoln Greenback assassination successful. Kennedy Silver assassination successful. Reagan Gold assassination attempted. Trump crypto assassination attempted. Tell you what, I mean, there's not many that would disagree that the Kennedy thing had to do with three-letter agencies. We live in some fascinating times, folks. Speaking of this, here's one of the you-know-what creep show. I can't say the words here because I'll get censored. But look at this creep show guy.
Are you concerned that Trump might be elected again? Sure.
I think it's very likely. And if it happens, it is likely to be the kind of like the death blow to what remains of the global order. And he says it openly.
Good.
Now again, it should be clear that many of these politicians, they present a false.
This is that same sicko who has said all kinds of stuff. This guy views humans as just, you know, like they're animals. He sees them as just numbers, and he called them human beings useless. These are useless people. That, I mean, there's a video. You don't have to take my word for it. Go out there and find it. These are some sick people, folks. These are the kind of, that same guy was out talking about how COVID was needed. I mean, these are some sick mofos. Let's get back to XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, XRP had a highly bullish reversal approval. The Fisher indicator weekly initial resistance initially broke 46. Our interim Fibonacci is 52. Let me see where XRP is right now. I haven't even looked this morning. We are, looks like, at around 53 cents, 50.533. Next week, we'll test the secondary mid-level at 60. Ooh, we gonna go to 60? It's crucial not to underestimate the master fundamental level for XRP, which is 66 cents. Above it, we can expect multiple God candles, which will open the path to heaven's stairway. Wait, let me see if he shows heaven's stairway. I don't see heaven's stairway here. I'm assuming heaven's stairway is glorious. Now, this is the guy. I'm not going to play this video. Well, why not? Here, this is the guy. His name is I showed this to you the other day. His name's Brandon. Doesn't say his last name here. We'll get it in a minute. His name's Brandon something. Anyway, he claims to, look, I'm showing you this because I think, look, I'm not showing you this because I think this guy's a prophet. I'm just showing you because it's pure entertainment. Because this guy did call the Trump assassination. Here it is.
All throughout America, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he.
I'm not going to play any more of that because there's that music. I don't know if that's, but anyway. This dude called it exactly, and then he said that after, he said in his dream or whatever he calls it, he said afterwards Trump became like, whereas he was religious, he became very religious and da-da-da. I was just watching Fox News this morning. They were talking about how, I mean, it's really kind of like, how could that not be kind of a religious experience to survive something like that? But they were talking about how Trump had told Fox that the doctor had said what a miracle that it was, and Trump had said many people are saying that I was saved by God and all this. So this guy like totally called this thing. And what's interesting about this is that this guy also is the guy that predicted a $10,000, well, he's not the original predictor of $10,000. Mark, I think is in the comments down here, Mark Phillips. Mark Phillips wrote the article on $10,000 XRP. So I said, who needs riddle? Look, folks, this is, I tell you all the time, this is entertainment purposes only. This really is entertainment purposes only. I am not saying XRP is going to 10,000, and I'm not telling you that this guy's a prophet, and I'm not telling you, I just thought it was funny. And I also thought that I didn't think, but I know it will really irritate the XRP brown shirts out there who tell you what's allowed to be said and not be said about XRP, because this will drive them up the wall. Listen to this.
Right. You know, and he just said to me, Brandon, you've asked me this. And I believe it was because of my obedience, because of what he was having me pray over. I was praying over some people at the church. And he said, you asked me about investments. And he said, I'm going to tell you something that will increase like Apple one day, that will be a major investment in the end times. And he said XRP will go from where it's at right now to $10,000 one day. It will be worth over $10,000 per XRP. And when he said that to me, I didn't even know what XRP was, and I was like, what is XRP? So I had to Google it. And I found out it was a cryptocurrency. I was so excited about what he had told me. You know, I was like, man, this is going to happen right now. And so, this is back in 2017. And so I'm praying over it.
All right. So anyway, he makes predictions on others too, including XLM, I think Cardano, and a few others. You can go watch the full video there. I just wanted to show you that. Now, let me see here. I think we're going to go into DAIXRP.com and talk about that. Look, I told you yesterday that I would go back to crypto today, but I believe that what's going on with Trump is completely tied to crypto. I mean, look, these guys have been running Operation Choke Point 2.0 for over 3 years on crypto, and they're not stopping. Gary Gensler's still there. They're not stopping. And so, and just because they have some symbolic meeting to try to convince everybody of the lie that they are stopping, or that somehow they've turned the other cheek or whatever, no, not these people. These people are bad guys. They always have been. So, but, so anyway, in DAIXRP.com, I'm going to look, this whole thing makes me very uncomfortable. I do not believe, I believe there's a lot more going on. I don't think this is just some 20-year-old. There were too many. At a minimum, this thing is starting to look like this was, oh, there's a guy on the roof, let's look the other way. It has that vibe to it. And I'm going to show you the things that make me the most uncomfortable in DAIXRP.com. You know, I'm not going to suspend my common sense here, folks. I mean, this is unbelievable, some of the stuff we're seeing now. And here's the thing. With JFK, there wasn't a digital footprint everywhere. Here there is. This is a different ball game. Different ball game here, folks. And I don't think that I don't think this day and time something like this could be covered up if there was more to it. I think we'll see. But I'm going to show you some things that make me very uncomfortable about what's unfolding, and should make you uncomfortable too. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that away we go.